Pennsylvania is one of the most affordable and popular states for relocation. Truthfully, there are constantly people moving both into Pennsylvania and out of it as well. People move to Pennsylvania for so many different reasons, such as cost of living, school, work, retirement, etc. Today, let's go over both the reasons and the overall pros and cons of leaving Pennsylvania. Hi there, I'm Corey Benhart, your Pennsylvania realtor. All of my contact information is below. Let's start with the pros of leaving Pennsylvania, starting with the weather. Depending on your personal preference, Pennsylvania weather could be both a pro or a con because we do have all 4 seasons here. If you don't like the cold, then it'll be a pro to leave Pennsylvania because we have some pretty cold winters here. If you're not familiar with our weather here in PA, we have winters that can range anywhere from the low 30s to the high 40s. Sometimes we might get a random day in the middle of winter that might hit 50 degrees or pretty close to it. We then have a beautiful spring season that doesn't last too long before we get hit with some very hot and humid summer weather, ranging anywhere from 70 to 90 degrees. But keep in mind that here in Pennsylvania, we have quite a bit of humidity. So 90 degrees here in PA might be a lot different than the state that you're moving from. Following summer is the very popular fall season. People absolutely love the fall season here because everything is so green that when it comes time for the fall season, all the leaves turn and it is absolutely amazing. Speaking of the changing seasons, the next pro of leaving Pennsylvania that we have is the allergies. Seasonal allergies can be pretty bad here in PA. Pennsylvania was actually ranked as one of the top 5 worst states for seasonal allergies. I personally have some horrible allergies that happen right around the springtime, but as soon as we get hit with that first heat wave from the summer humidity, my allergies are gone. Allergies certainly do affect everyone differently though. Some people just don't have any allergies at all, no matter where they live. I have certainly have clients who have had allergies in their home state, and then when they move to Pennsylvania, they have 0 allergies. I would definitely suggest to make a visit to Pennsylvania, check out the weather, check out if you have allergies or not before you make the move here. The next pro of leaving Pennsylvania would be the fast-paced lifestyle. Depending on where in Pennsylvania, some parts are considered very fast-paced, especially in Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. In and around those cities are full of colleges, hospitals, corporate buildings, tons of housing, commuters, etc. So there is always something going on in and around those 2 major cities. People are constantly moving around, so it can definitely be a lot at times, which is why it's so popular for people now to move out to the suburbs, where you're still a close proximity to those cities that have everything that you could really ever want, but also out in the suburbs, you get the peace and quiet that in those cities you don't really get to experience much. If you're used to living around farmland and not near a major city or a heavy populated area, you might want to leave some parts of PA and get away from that fast-paced lifestyle. The next pro of leaving Pennsylvania would be the tolls and the road conditions. Pennsylvania has horrible roads. I was personally born and raised here, so when I get a chance to go to another state, I'm always shocked at truly just how bad PA roads are compared to other states. The reason that we have such bad roads and such bad potholes here is because of the weather. During the winter, when we're supposed to get some snow or icy conditions, plow trucks will salt the roads, but sometimes we actually don't end up getting the snow or the ice that we're supposed to. So the salt just sits and eats away at the road instead of eating away at the snow or the ice. The second reason that the winter season damages the road significantly is because during the winter, we may receive a snow or ice storm at night, and then the next day the sun comes out, melts all that snow quickly, and then all of the water from the melted snow gets into the little divots and the little cracks in the road, and then at nighttime when the temperature drops, all of the water that's in those little divots freezes, expands, and creates a huge pothole. Pennsylvania has quite a lot of toll roads, so when you're accessing a major road, you might come up to a toll booth where you can pay to access that road. The reason that Pennsylvania implemented toll roads is to then use the income from the tolls to maintain and repair the roads, which in theory sounds great, but by the time that they're actually even close to being done repairing all of the major roads from the previous winter, we're pretty much close to winter again, and it is just a vicious cycle. The next and last pro of leaving Pennsylvania could be the houses. Pennsylvania is known to have some very historic homes. We have a lot of colonial style houses, plenty of Cape Cods, single level rancher style homes, and some Victorian houses as well. And I personally have clients that have asked me why there's just so many different housing styles here in PA, because they have moved from a state that is full of cookie cutter style homes, full of master plan communities. If you would prefer to live in a state where they are all full of master plan communities, and you don't really want the houses to be different styles or colors or anything like that, then that would be a pro of leaving Pennsylvania. All right, so now let's jump into some of the cons of leaving Pennsylvania and some reasons that might want to make you stay here in PA. In no specific order, starting with the limited access to cuisine that you would have if you left Pennsylvania. Here in PA, we have such a wide variety of food. The East Coast is known for its food scene. We have the pizza, the hoagies, the pretzels, the bagels, etc. I have actually sold homes for clients who had to be relocated out of Pennsylvania for their job, and they were visibly upset about not being able to have access to the food scene that we have here in PA. If you're a foodie, you will absolutely love PA, and more specifically the Pittsburgh and Philadelphia areas, just because we have the widest array and plenty of options when it comes to every type of cuisine that you could really want. If you don't already live on the East Coast, you should definitely visit and try some of our incredible food that we have here. Another important con of leaving PA would be not having access to our flat rate income tax. Pennsylvania is one of the few states that is a flat rate income tax state. That means no matter how much you make, everyone in Pennsylvania is taxed at the same 3.07% tax rate. Most other states do have a fluctuating tax rate, so depending on how much you make, the income tax rate then increases. So just a quick example, if your household were to pick up in PA and move to our neighboring state of New Jersey, you would be taxed a higher percent if you made anything over $70,000 a year. If you made six figures plus or made millions a year in Pennsylvania, you would still be taxed at the same 3.07% rate, compared to if you made six figures or more of household income in New Jersey, you would be taxed anywhere from 5.5% all the way up to 10.75%. Income tax can make a huge difference when it comes to relocating either into or out of Pennsylvania, so make sure to factor that in before you make the move. Another con of leaving PA is not being able to experience all four seasons anymore. Of course, you could always move to a state that has four seasons, but I found that of the people that are leaving Pennsylvania because of the weather, they're going to a state that is hot all year long. Truthfully, many people that I help move and buy their home in Pennsylvania say that they are just completely over the one season type states. They're tired of being cold all year long or hot all year long. They want variety. They want to be able to see and experience the change of seasons. Depending on your preference of weather, don't just move away just for warm weather, because you might get tired of it being in just one temperature all year long. Winter and summer are nice in Pennsylvania, but just because you can handle 4 to 5 months of heat doesn't mean you want 12 months of heat without a break. One of the cons that you might not have considered about leaving Pennsylvania is that you might not have access to the tremendous healthcare that Pennsylvania has. PA is known for some of the best rated hospitals, healthcare facilities, and affordable healthcare options. Philadelphia is known for healthcare because 1 in 6 doctors throughout the entire country was trained right here in Philadelphia. If you're getting older or just want to be surrounded by some of the best rated healthcare in the country, then you might want to consider that before thinking about making the move out of Pennsylvania. The next con of leaving Pennsylvania would be missing out on all of the tremendous retiree benefits that Pennsylvania offers. PA is becoming a very popular state for retirement because of both the financial and lifestyle benefits. It has a lower cost of living compared to many other states on the East Coast, particularly in its smaller towns and cities. Housing, healthcare, and overall just daily expenses could be a lot lower compared to some of the other states as well. So of course, that would be a huge plus for retirees who are on a fixed income. Pennsylvania also does not tax pension or Social Security income, and as we mentioned, it has a relatively low flat rate income tax of 3.07%. Additionally, there is no inheritance tax for property that is transferred to a surviving spouse or to a child under 21. These are some very important and great benefits for retirees that could help you keep more money in your pocket. So those are the pros and cons of leaving Pennsylvania. If you want to either sell or buy a home here in PA, all of my contact information is below. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much for watching.